Welcome to another edition of Politics Done Right. You guys know what we covered today. The Observer, for some reason, they thought it was okay that the only real liberal rag in Texas would be shut down. Well, you know what? Crowdsourcing works. We are honored once again to have Gabriel Arana, who will be here telling us about the success that they've had in bringing back that magazine to life. Well, they brought it back to life before it actually died. Welcome to Politics Done Right, senor.
Thanks so much for having me. Gracias.
Let me tell you something, brother. When I a few days ago, I got an email from one of our listeners, and they said, I can't deal with it anymore. My progressive magazine, they're shutting it down. Then that's when I came out and tried to find you to find out exactly what was going on. To start, why don't you tell me a short synopsis of what happened?
What happened? Well, it was business as usual. We were getting ready to finish the latest issue of the magazine, which is on women's health care, maternal health care in Texas. And on Sunday, I get a call from the Texas Tribune, and they told me that the magazine is closing and that they're firing everyone. And so, we found out, the entire staff found out that we were losing our jobs from another outlet. And the board hadn't bothered to tell us, about financial troubles. They hadn't tried to fundraise, and they didn't want to tell us until, the very last minute, and then just to give up. And we didn't want to give up. We love the Texas Observer. We love Texas. We love progressive politics. So we just said it can't happen, and asked the public for help. And your listeners and readers came through.
As a chief editor, did I get it right this time? As a chief, the editor-in-chief of the magazine.
There we go.
Did I get it right this time?
Yeah, you did. But you can just call me Gabriel.
Okay, Gabriel. Let me just say this. It's why do you think they had a vote? Why do you think that message went out to the Texas Tribune before any of you were made aware of it?
I have no idea. It shows, that they cared more about how this would be perceived in the media than about, the well-being of any of the journalists on staff or the publication. We had been begging them to talk to us, in the weeks leading up to this. We had some people on the business side leave, and we wanted to talk about fundraising, and radio silence from them. They sat around while, Rome burned, and talked to the press before they talked to us. It was very insulting, given all of the work that we do and how important the Observer is to, Texas and democracy. For them to care more about, what the Texas Tribune thinks than what's going to happen to their own staff and us losing our jobs.
Now, my question is, who is this board? I don't understand the structure, really. I thought that the Texas Observer was a 501c3 publication that took care of its own business. Please explain exactly how you are structured.
Yeah. It's a little, I'm not a lawyer, so
right.
The Texas Observer is a 501c3, and the board is a separate entity, and they're, have the fiduciary duty of keeping us afloat financially, is their main purpose. And, they and treating us like human beings.
Now, who selects the board?
They select each other, and the staff had asked for, to have a journalist on the board. There are no journalists on the board. And we've just been ignored by them for weeks and weeks. It's all non-journalists. They've appointed each other. There are 4 new members who came in. We have nothing to do with the selection of the board. We finally got, a listening voice on the board, so one of the staff can listen in at meetings, but they always went into executive session and voted on things,
And my question to you then is, how can we have a publication like a progressive publication like the Texas Observer? We have a board that doesn't seem to be functionally connected to publication. I see that as a clear and present danger. You got away. This one came through. I see an email or the letter that they sent with a whole ton of apologies, not only to the readers, but to the people, the donors, etc. But again, accountability. Why isn't the structure of this magazine more so that it is the magazine proper and a board that reflects the magazine?
I mean, I'm not sure. I think there are historical reasons it happened. I think, some of the older board members, had gotten tired and, didn't want to help. And, there are new board members who came on. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to answer what's going on in their head. I mean, but we should, ideally, usually on most boards, the staff have a presence, the board has a good relationship with the staff, and we've been trying to connect with them, and nothing. I mean, it's weird for a progressive publication to have a board that treated us like we were a Walmart, and just wanted to shut us down and take away our access to our social media, our email, and and give up and close the publication entirely. If
I were a betting person, it would not surprise me if this had something to do with the Texas culture, if you will, and who controls Texas. I mean, it almost seems to me like this was intentional with to get rid of a magazine that holds no bars. That's what I mean, if you're looking at it like a blogger host, media host on the outside, it seems like they were intent on shutting you down because you take on contentious issues that scare the holy hell out of the current leadership in this state.
Yeah, I mean, I think that shows, who the loyalties on the board, are to. I mean, when you don't have any journalists on the board, they don't see the value of the magazine, what the purpose it serves, in democracy. They think like corporate people,
right?
And they're trying to run us and then shut us down, like we're a corporation, and we're not, and it's not the board, that gets to shut down the magazine. I mean, it's not, the magazine is, an idea, it's a name, it's everybody who ever worked there, it's the people who work here now. I think they didn't appreciate, I think they didn't appreciate, what the magazine is. And it's more than, the board, it's more than...
Well, let me interrupt you there. You said they didn't appreciate what the magazine is. I may beg to differ. They maybe appreciate what the magazine really is. And in that light, my God, what the magazine is, it's a clear and present danger if we want to continue on this particular path that we have in this current government.
Yeah, I mean, you would almost think that they were out to destroy us.
Right. Yes.
I mean, because when you care about something and, it's in trouble, you step in and, like a mother, try to save it. You don't lock yourself in the house and refuse to talk to anyone who's saying, hey, your baby is drowning.
So let me ask you this in sort of closing. Where do we go from here? Because I'll be honest, I'm immediately going to go ahead and update a membership to your magazine, but one shouldn't feel safe that this board won't be manipulated a few months down when our short memories go away on this. So I hope, and you tell me yes or no, that there is some action to change not only the makeup of the board, but how the board functions as opposed to the rights that they have with regards to the magazine.
Yeah, that was part of our demand letter, is that we don't just need, we need new board leadership. We need, to look at the bylaws, and to make it a more democratic institution like the magazine is. I mean, it was just so weird, and everybody found it baffling that, our board is, acting like it's run by a dictator, and so there's part of our conditions, we're board reform and getting, the staff's voice on the board. I'm hopeful for that. You're right. This isn't the end, we raised a certain amount of money. Now, that helps inspire bigger donors because, the super rich people sit and wait.
Right.
See what the public does and then step in.
And that's what, but I tell you, just watching reading the letter of apology. I mean, that's all it was, a letter of apology to just about everybody who really wanted to know what the hell was going on. And it's almost a cover. Forgive me, now that I've been caught, please don't fire me. Well, it's time for the Texas Observer to really take this seriously, in my humble opinion. Progressive values are under attack throughout this country. And we need the brave folks like you guys. First of all, congratulations for this great, that's showing that crowdsourcing work when you get the people involved. I can't tell you how ecstatic I am that you guys were successful.
Yeah. Well, thank you to you, and thank you to your readers. And we're all on the same team.
Well, Gabriel Arana, muchísimas gracias por being here with me.
No hay de qué. Gracias.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.